Welcome back to Tech Vibe, the only channel you need to stay ahead of the technology curve. If you've been holding off on upgrading your desktop, or if you've been eyeing Apple's lineup waiting for the perfect sweet spot of price and mind-blowing performance, you are in exactly the right place. Today, we are cracking wide open the biggest leak in the Mac world right now, the highly anticipated, upcoming M5 Mac Mini. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. Didn't we just get the completely redesigned Mac Mini? Yes, Apple recently shocked the industry when they shrank the Mac Mini down to a tiny 5x5-inch footprint. But while the outside got a major facelift, what's happening on the inside this year is going to make previous generations look like they are standing completely still. We have massive leaks, supply chain anomalies, and insider reports from top-tier sources all pointing to a massive reveal at Apple's WWDC 2026. Stick around until the absolute end of this video, because the pricing and storage strategy Apple is about to use might actually make this the best value computer in the history of the company, and I do not say that lightly. You absolutely do not want to buy a new Mac until you hear exactly what is coming. Let's start with the physical design, because it sets the perfect stage for the absolute powerhouse hidden inside. If you were expecting another radical chassis redesign, you can put those expectations to rest. Apple is keeping the ultra-compact, 5x5-inch aluminum enclosure that they recently introduced. And honestly, that is fantastic news. This design is an engineering marvel. It takes up virtually zero space on a desk, it fits into almost any home theater or studio setup seamlessly, and it looks incredibly premium. However, the lack of an exterior redesign does not mean Apple has been lazy. The focus for the M5 Mac Mini is entirely on internal thermal management. Because the upcoming silicon runs so incredibly fast, Apple engineers have completely reworked the internal airflow dynamics. This means the M5 Mac Mini will maintain that whisper-quiet acoustic performance, even when you are pushing it to its absolute limits with 3D rendering or massive video exports. It is the ultimate stealth workstation for premium desktop setups. But let's get to the main event, the silicon. The M5 chip is going to fundamentally change what we expect from an entry-level desktop computer. The base M5 chip will feature a 10-core CPU, utilizing 4 super performance cores and 6 efficiency cores, paired with a 10-core GPU. Built on TSMC's cutting-edge 3nm process, this chip is delivering up to a 20% increase in multi-core processing power compared to the M4. If you are a professional user, a video editor, a software developer, or a heavy multitasker, you are going to want to hear about the M5 Pro. The leaks regarding the M5 Pro are nothing short of staggering. Apple is reportedly utilizing a dual-die fusion architecture for the Pro variant. We are talking about up to an 18-core CPU with 6 super cores and 12 performance cores, along with up to a 20-core GPU. This architecture effectively doubles the memory bandwidth to a blistering 307 GB per second. This means dropping multiple streams of high-resolution ProRes video onto a timeline will not even make this machine break a sweat. The graphics performance alone is rumored to jump up to 35% faster in ray tracing tasks. For motion designers, light gamers, and 3D artists, the M5 Pro Mac Mini is going to cannibalize a lot of Mac Studio sales. It is genuinely that powerful. Now, let's talk about the elephant in the room, artificial intelligence. We are firmly in the era of Apple intelligence, and the M5 Mac Mini is built from the ground up to absolutely dominate AI workloads. The new 16-core neural engine inside the M5 series is reportedly delivering over 3.5 times faster peak AI compute performance compared to older generations. Large language model prompt processing is practically instantaneous. Whether you are running local AI image generators, advanced voice processing, or heavy machine learning applications, this neural engine ensures all of it happens on device, prioritizing your privacy and delivering zero latency results. The M5 Mac Mini isn't just a traditional computer, it is an AI powerhouse disguised as a tiny silver box. A powerful PR. Processor is bottlenecked if it does not have the right memory and storage, and this is where Apple is finally giving the premium market exactly what it wants. For years, the tech community has heavily criticized Apple for their base configuration models. Well, those days are officially over. According to the latest supply chain leaks, the base model M5 Mac Mini will absolutely start with 16 GB of unified memory. there is no 8GB option anymore. To support modern AI workloads and intense multitasking, 16GB is the new standard floor. The incredible news continues with storage. The base model is jumping from 256GB to a standard 512GB of lightning-fast solid-state storage. For the M5 Pro model, you can expect the base memory to start at 24GB, configurable all the way up to a massive 64GB of RAM and up to 8TB of internal storage. Oh, and here is a crucial detail: the memory bandwidth on the base M5 is jumping to 153GB per second. Everything from opening large applications to transferring massive project files is going to feel incredibly snappy. When you look at the broader landscape of desktop computing right now, what Apple is doing with the M5 Mac Mini is practically unheard of. If you try to build a custom Windows PC with a dedicated graphics card, a high-end processor, and a premium motherboard with the latest connectivity, you are easily pushing past the $1,500 mark, and that machine is going to be the size of a piece of luggage, pulling hundreds of watts of power. The Mac Mini offers a genuine alternative that sits quietly under your monitor, sipping power while delivering benchmark scores that will leave those bulky rigs in the dust for productivity tasks. It is a paradigm shift that continues to pressure the entire PC industry. Let's move around to the back of the device and talk connectivity, because this is a massive deal for premium US and global setups. The port layout on the front will likely remain the same, featuring two convenient USB-C ports and a high-impedance headphone jack. But the rear input and output is getting a massive upgrade, particularly for the Pro models. While the base M5 Mac Mini will utilize Thunderbolt 4 ports, the M5 Pro Mac Mini is widely expected to feature Thunderbolt 5. This is a total game-changer for professional workflows. Thunderbolt 5 delivers up to 120 gigabits per second of bandwidth. This means you can drive multiple ultra-high-resolution displays at high refresh rates, or connect to external storage arrays without any bottleneck whatsoever. On the wireless front, Apple is packing in their new N1 wireless networking chip. This means the M5 Mac Mini will fully support Wi-Fi 7 and Bluetooth 6. If you have a modern router, Wi-Fi 7 brings drastically reduced latency and insane wireless transfer speeds that genuinely rival a hardwired Ethernet connection. So, when can you actually buy this beast, and how much is it going to drain your wallet? Here is where things get incredibly interesting. Right now, there are massive global RAM shortages, and Apple is strategically delaying shipments of high-end older models. Supply chain analysts note that this is a classic Apple move to clear inventory right before a massive launch. All reliable indicators, including reports from top analysts, point directly to a June 2026 reveal at Apple's Worldwide Developers Conference. We expect pre-orders to go live immediately following the keynote, with shipping commencing in late June or early July. As for pricing, prepare to be pleasantly surprised. Because of the bumped-up base storage to 512 GB and the starting 16 GB of RAM, the base M5 Mac Mini is expected to retail for around $699. When you consider the sheer amount of processing power, the advanced AI capabilities, and the premium connectivity packed into that price tag, it is undeniably one of the best deals in the entire tech industry. The M5 Pro model will naturally command a premium, likely starting around $1,399, which still drastically undercuts the entry-level Mac Studio while offering incredibly competitive performance. If you are currently rocking an M1 or an Intel-based Mac, or even an M2, this M5 upgrade is going to feel like you just stepped directly into the future. It is the perfect balance of form, function, and raw, unadulterated power. Are you planning to pick one up, or are you holding out for the Mac Studio? Drop your thoughts in the comments down below. I read every single one of them. Thank you so much for tuning in to Tech Vibe today. If you found this deep dive helpful, do me a huge favor and smash that like button, and make sure you are subscribed with notifications turned on so you never miss out on the latest tech breakthroughs. Stay curious, stay tech savvy, and I will catch you in the next video.